ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our video of Venus Ketu in the third house. As in what happens when these two planets, Venus and Ketu, are together in the third house. And as always, if you do not know, if you have this particular conjunction, what sign it's in, what nakshatra it's in, along with all your astrological details, you can go to kerasastrology.com where you'll find my books, reports, consultations as well, especially the new signature reading, because from there I'm getting to see literally, do you know you can see the whole chart of a person through the signature? Literally, it's so easy to detect if they're having like high blood pressure because of the way they're signing, if they're having some kind of a relationship issue. It's amazing. So anyway, so you have Venus and Ketu in the third house. Now, how many of you are thinking that you have Venus and Ketu in the third house? I'm sorry. How many of you think you only have these two planets conjunct in the third house? I know I haven't discussed this with other videos, but it's kind of like trying to give you an in-depth understanding of a chart. Venus and Ketu in the third house are not just Venus and Ketu third in the conjunct in the third house. Do you know there's 4 planets conjunct when Venus is with Ketu in the third house? This placement of Venus Ketu is not only Venus Ketu, it's Venus, Ketu, Mercury, and Mars. Because it's the original house of Mercury, and the Karka, the significator of the third house, is Mars, which is also influencing this Venus. Okay. And one of the things that happens with this Venus Ketu, regardless of which house they're in, it's known as Padam Yoga. Padam Yoga is pretty much a lotus flower blooming. Okay? It's not a lotus flower that is enclosed, it is blooming. But you got to understand, think about the process before the lotus flower bloomed. What happened? First, that stem from that dirty, muggy waters grew. Then came the protective shield of the leaf. And from there sprouted this beautiful lotus. Does this give you any indication of the life of this individual? Especially in the third house, which is 8th from the 8th. Is that there's a word we use in Hindi known as sangharsh. It's not really, you can call it struggle, okay? But it's a little bit more than that. And what happens is, especially which is the third house known as the Parakram Bhava, meaning it is the house of the efforts and the fruits of your labor. This is why third house is also fruits. It's also the achievements. The achievements of this person is extremely high when this person has gone through tremendous amount of issues in their life growing up, and especially 25th year, up to 25th year. If your life has been complete crap, whether you dealt with bullying, abuse, issues in the family, financial abuse, relationship issues, issues in education, not finding who you are, just know one thing. This particular conjunction is going to take you high, like from the muggy waters up, and make you bloom like a lotus flower. Now, why is it that your lotus flower is blooming in the third house? What is it that you're supposed to do with this Padam Yoga? Your sole job, more than, any other planet, because like you're looking at planet of karma, Saturn, but then Mars has its own karma, Jupiter has its own karma, they all have their own karma, Venus, which is Shukra, has its own karma. Your karma is to uplift through your communication the people, and especially women who have struggled in their life. You're here to motivate them. You have to show them that, look at me. I am blooming like a lotus. So can you. If I can do these in these horrible conditions, you're fine. Now, one thing you will see, if there's no struggle, if there's just fine, little bit of here and there, fine, okay life. Okay, you will see that this person becomes a little bit demotivated about doing something and wanting to produce something in the world. Because it's like the lotus just appeared. The lotus is there. See, the lotus didn't go through those dirty, virus filled and all kinds of bacteria filled water to rise up. Where when it rises up, it feels like it has found God. Right? It's only when you come out through the bad time that you're like, oh my God, thank you, God, for giving me this good time. So there is a little bit of the lethargicness. Because usually it can happen if you have the protection of Jupiter with this. But the thing is, the more this person especially communicates to the world, especially now, what is the world? Social media. What is Ketu with Venus? A paintbrush. Like this person can inspire generations with their painting. Ketu is also a specific pen. Ketu is not any pen. Like if there's a pen here and I pick it up, it's not a Ketu. But especially, when you have those specialized pens, like I love collecting pens. So I have like a Mont Blanc pen. Okay. I have a couple of Mont Blanc pens. I don't know, it just suddenly arose in me this love for pens after I think 2019 or 2020. Having a special pen where you write things to inspire people, whether you later transfer it onto the word or through AI, or you make a script and you talk about it, that pen has the power of the Padam with Venus Ketu in the third. And the problem is this: when Ketu is in front of Venus, the person will not realize the power of their kalam, the power of their pen, the power of their communication, until this person somehow, through some help of a dasha or transit or progression, finds spiritual sadhana and starts doing their meditation daily, starts, reciting certain mantras, then that wall of Ketu opens up. It's like when Ketu is in front of Venus, you are a lotus. What do you call an unbloomed flower? I have no idea. Okay. I know in Hindi it's called Kali, right? When your Ketu in front of Venus is like this, it's wanting to bloom. It just needs that right sunlight or that right weather, which is just about to hit, but it's just not. And what brings that bloom is prana, pran. This is why Jupiter's influence is important. And even if Jupiter is not aspecting or conjunct this particular conjunction, I'm saying you need the tattva of Jupiter. You need to go seek a guru, not some teacher from your university or something. Seek a guru who can help you bloom this flower. And that actually is even more of a blessings, because literally at the last door when you're about to find freedom, it's locked, right? Guru helps you, unlocks it, so you understand the miracles in the world, the miraculous in the world. And especially in young days, especially women may get bullied, whether due to their beauty, whether due to their looks, whether, due to for whatever various uncountable reasons. Early in days, especially if Ketu's in front, female friends come there to tighten up that blooming. They're not helping bloom. They can tighten up that bloom. And these are all part of those lessons. Behind Ketu, it'll still be there, but you will have much more of a strength that, no, I don't care what you're saying, what you're doing, I'm going to bloom. Because remember, third house is the biggest house of transformation. This is why dashas of the third house planets in the third house dasha, fifth house, which is third from the third, are the most prominent for a person. And fifth house is even more because it's third from the third, bhavat bhavam of the third, which is actually increasing more of the power of the eighth. So it's not just bhavat bhavam. There's actually bhavat bhavam squared. You got to understand it. 8 from the 8th and then 3rd from the 3rd. So literally, you're taking the 8th to the power of 3 here. I'm like kind of digressing into other areas. But at the same time, there's this natural love and connection, especially with sisters. Unthinkably, you will do things for your siblings. If physical Mars is not involved, even though I said Mercury and Mars are involved, if they're physically, especially Mars is not involved, there will be this like, because remember, Ketu's headless, Venus is money. You will not like to see your siblings suffer financially. You're a multimillionaire, siblings are struggling. Here, take 100,000, solve your problems. They don't give by thinking. They give by what the heart is saying, because that's where Ketu is going to help this Venus. Venus Ketu in the third house, this person will reject arranged marriages unless that particular arrangement connects you through your heart and not your brain. Meaning you will not be looking at the resume. Oh, you're IIT and IIT Pune. Oh, you worked in Meta and Google, and now you're going to Harvard for MBA. Those things won't. This person is not one to see the visual accolades. This person wants to see the accolades of the heart. If you got the heart, you could be the most uneducated person. They'll be like, yeah, I like this guy. I want to marry this guy. Even with the men. They will not, men usually won't even look at the accolades. They're like, the girl's beautiful. They'll make a great wife. Love everybody. Okay, great. Say yes. But still, regardless, because Venus is the main catalyst of marriage. Outside of your seventh lord, outside of your Dharakarka, the planet with the lowest degree. Unless Venus is the lowest degree, but I'm just saying. Those two things matter, but they don't matter. Main thing is the Karaka. Seventh house is great, right? Marriage is happening. But the fruits that are sprouting of the marriage is where Venus is. And remember, this Venus Ketu in the third house, self-earned heights, self-earned luxury in a person's life. You won't get like people giving you things. You earn it. That doesn't mean you will not get it. You'll get it. You'll get more than the people who just receive it. But you'll earn it. Okay. So anyway, guys, this is my analysis of Venus in the third house with Ketu. Again, if you're new to my channel, subscribe below so you don't miss this type of videos. So you want to know where your Venus and Ketu are placed, along with all your astrological details, check out the links here, KRSastrology.com. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow with another video. Bye-bye.